In this video I explore my local stretch of river in the hope of finding carp, a culmination of several sessions during one of the hottest and driest summers we have ever had. Anglers have long claimed to be the guardians of the river, the eyes, ears and beacons for potential threats to fish, wildlife and habitat. But in my lifetime, anglers have shifted focus to stocked fisheries, and I believe this has been to the detriment of their local rivers. Mine is the Bristol Avon, and for 5 years now I have focused on a 3/4 mile stretch closest to home between two weirs in Saltford near Bath and Bristol. Saltford gets its name as a crossing point over brackish water, but the tide is now blocked at Keynsham Weir downstream. The Saltford stretch has suffered horrific sewage pollution, and my campaigning efforts are covered in other videos. As an environmentalist, I'm increasingly concerned by the Environment Agency's inability to operate effectively. My aim is to intimately familiarise myself with this section of river, to identify the various microhabitats and the fish that those support. I hope that the records help to protect those fish from the growing threats of pollution, poaching, predation, disturbance and abstraction. With flow being almost non-existent and water temperatures rocketing, carp seems an obvious target, but where to start? I've only ever caught one carp, and that was while trying to catch my first barbel. The roadside of the river offers free fishing at Saltford Shallows and Mead Lane, but it's overrun by boat moorings, swimmers and other river users. The opposite side is Park Farm, which you can access over the cycle path. It requires a charitable donation of £5 per rod on their Cancer Research Just Giving page. But it's increasingly used and abused by party goers. So for the sake of peace and sanity, I've focused my efforts on the top and bottom ends of the stretch. It's quite heavily overgrown, and my first task really is to just do a bit of gentle gardening and make some access points to the riverbank. Having gone to the trouble of creating probably 4 or 5 swims now on that side of the river, it really does irritate me to think that other people are fishing those cleared areas without contributing towards that charity. If we're not careful, fishing might just be banned altogether on that side. So the sort of features that I'm looking for are back eddies, areas where the bottom is scoured by an increase of flow, deep pools, cover such as fallen trees and lily pads, or even man-made objects like boat buoys, areas where other small streams come in. If you had asked me what I think of carp fishing 5 years ago, I probably would have given a fairly non-enthusiastic answer, but a river carp is a completely different beast. They have to fight the flow, so they're stronger. They probably haven't been hooked before, so they fight for their lives, and they're blooming difficult to locate. Saltford Weir. It's not even going over the weir sill, that end. A few trickles, those are kayakers, and the mandatory sewage sludge. So yogurt. Back down here again with Jesse. This is our 3rd evening out. All we've had so far is chub. So I pre-baited it Thursday night, put out a bag of boilies. Now they've either all been eaten up or they're still down there. But there's no flow in the water at all, so I'm just using a very short carp rig. It's off the shelf ESP gripper, I think they called it. I'm not really interested, to be honest. All I'm concerned about is that hook. It's got the shrink tubing on and it kicks over nicely. It's barbed. Look at that, look. Go on. There's nothing there. It's not carp, is it? It's little. I've obviously got a shoulder chub in there. They've obviously made it home after me putting all those boilies in. Carp are probably a mile down river. It's quite nice to do a sort of a style of fishing where you can just cast out and chill. Yeah, I mean, should be all right for the moment. It's a chub. Lovely. Slipping back. Yeah, I mean, blimey. That is a better one. Just throwing the hook. Sweet. Nice fish, isn't it? Sweet. Cheers, Jess. Getting back. Yeah, my hat trick. I've sat here for 2 hours now and not had a touch. So yeah, as I expected, it's not going to be easy. Switched over to a fresh frozen bait, slightly softer. No. Could easily walk past this. I mean, it's never fished from. Polarised glasses over the top. Yeah, you just showed there, look. So this is my new spot. I've done 4 sessions now into late evening, and all I've managed to find so far is chub. I've done 1 session at this lower end of the stretch, and I blanked, but a guy I've been had the pleasure of working with caught 3 good chub. Chub everywhere along this stretch. What I'm really after is those carp. I am back down here for my 7th session, back in the same spot, questioning my sanity. Why do I want to catch a river carp? Well, because I've caught one a couple of years back, and because I've seen them cruising around, a pod of 3 of them. And, you know, as much as I love this sort of fishing, sitting around and doing nothing, baiting up, making rigs, and then just waiting, it's not really my bag. But to my horror, I've come down today and seen that someone else has also been down here because they've done a little bit of gardening themselves. If it was you, fess up. And I hope you had better luck than I've had so far. So yeah, I think this will be my last carp effort. And it's too difficult just to not catch chub. I mean, even with the 20mm boilies, the chub are still wolfing them down. What I don't get is that there were quite a few carp in this river, and you'd think that they would thrive because carp were introduced to the UK and put in cesspits. So was sewage that's going into the river should suit them down to the ground. They should really thrive on it. Perhaps they are, and I'm just crap at catching them. But I've talked to a couple of guys that have tried to catch carp from the Bristol Avon, some more successful than others. And they're of the view that, yeah, there's less carp in here, a lot less. Mystery, why is that? It's another one in the net, it's another nice chub. Mint condition. Terrible camera angle, but I just want to get them back really. Here's another cracker. There he goes. some very ominous waves coming from upstream. Someone might be on a paddleboard, perhaps. Let's go have a look. Nah, swimmers, I'm safe. They're not, though. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day because I don't want to have to plough through 1,000 chub to catch a carp, much like I don't go to Chesil to catch 1,000 dogfish to catch a cod. I think the obsessive side to fishing can be quite unhealthy. Yeah, nice. I started off at the top end opposite the riverside inn and only just managed to scrape 1 or 2 small chub. So I explored the river, covered a lot of area, ended up right down the other end opposite the Jolly Sailor, where I was catching loads of really good chub. No barbel, but I think if I persisted there was a chance. But as the top end is the only place where I've caught a carp and seen carp, that's where I'm going to head tonight. This really is my last session before I head off to Pitsford to do the Pitsford Slam, lure fishing on the kayak for pike, perch and trout. I'm going to meet up with a guy that I used to mentor who caught 3 chub at the bottom end that I've cut a few swims out in. But we're going to be fishing at the top end. I guess it's cooled down and that cold rain has slowed him down. Slow by name, slow by nature. It's all right. It's better, isn't it? Ollie whipped my ass last time we fished. He beat me 3-0. Could this be a sign of things to come?
Oh.
It's all right, it's got a mat under it. It's all good. It's your warm hands, isn't it? So it is quite warm tonight. Yeah, wicked. Nice one. So tonight's game plan is to go big or go home. So that is going to be my PVA bag going on to my hook bait. There we go. That's a chub. I can tell straight away. It's frustrating, but it's going to plough through them, I guess. There we are. A nice chub. So now I'm getting loads of liners from bats. So I've got the rod nice and low. Yeah, I was about 2.5, gave it absolute flying run. But yeah, not a carp or a barbel, but never mind. Welcome fish. Oh, that is a big chub. Have the orange marks on it as well. Shed the hook maybe. Yeah, lovely. Proper old lump. Let's hope he stops shaking. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy, old warrior. How about that? Let's get him back. Away.
Did you hear it go?
No, I didn't. No. I was just about to say to you, come around and say, do you know, I've had enough.
Oh, absolute ripper.
Yes. Well, that's a tank, actually.
Do you reckon it's a new PB?
Could be. Do you want to pop your bail on?
There we go.
Absolute chunk, mate.
Days.
A fat beast.
4-4.
Okay.
But then obviously with the
Yeah, it's going to be about 3-4, isn't it then? What was your PB?
3.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, nice one. That's a wicked fish, mate.
A 1-1. So 3.
3-3.
3-3.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Well,
good.
TV, so
Yeah, nice one. That's wicked.
Perfect.
Nice one. And that was that. 9 sessions over a period of a few weeks into the early hours of the morning for a massive chub fest. I'm surprised no barbel showed, but then again, the river is on its knees and those barbel probably had their heads in the weirs. I didn't want to catch them anyway because of oxygen levels, which is why I was targeting the carp. Tony at Premier Angling, you're right. I should allow a year to catch a river carp. I haven't got the patience. From here on, I'll be doing other types of fishing. I've got Pitsford kayak fishing competition next on the kayak. Looking forward to that. Then after that, I'm off to the River Wye with someone else that I used to work with through Fishwish when they were a young lad.
So on that note, well done Ollie on the PB. Watch out for him because he is a fish monster. And thanks for watching.